who have eyes. So if people are schooled, why should they be led by people who have no qualifications? You can even witness when some counselors are what swearing in. Even they read to them, but the way
they actually do
they reply.
otherwise. Yes. Actually, on that note, the Honorable Kanaginagi, back to the issue of the education system, more especially on the side of the UPE. Last week, if not last week, but one, the Ministry of Education and Sports came out and said they are coming up with a policy to make UPE completely free. Yeah, because there's been always these issues of you can pay examination fee, you can pay this particular fee, and now they are coming up to make it completely for free. I mean, even some particular schools that are government schools, they keep on charging extra things, uniform, pay this, pay the other, yet it's supposed to be for free. How realistic is this? Because the ministry is failing while people are actually paying a particular fee. How is it going to be while they make it completely for free? Is it misplaced quick fix?
The few times you have always interviewed me, I think you know me for telling the truth. That is an illusion, and it is an idealism which I don't think will succeed in the short term.
Okay.
Because one, UP was started on 4 pillars of access, equity, quality, and relevance. We have achieved on access and equity. But these 2 other pillars of relevance and we have performed enough. Are you aware that the government is giving 12,000 shillings per pupil per year?
Yeah.
Now, when you divide that into what
they are in points.
In terms, the 3 terms, a pupil is getting around 5,000 per term, and that should be used for administration, whatever, in percentages, co-curricular activities, and so on. I've always given an example. Whenever you call me to come here, because me I live 18 kilometers from here.
Yeah.
If I come by border, the minimum I pay is 8,000. Going back is 8,000. So if I have come early enough and get lunch from town here, that is 5,000. With water, that is 6,000. So 16,000.
That is minimal lunch.
16,000 plus the 6,000. That is 22,000. But here is the government giving 15,000 to a pupil for the whole year. Yeah. Me, I'm spending it in just a day and minimally
in hours.
So unless government gives enough funds, which I don't think are there, that illusion of saying that they are going to make UP completely free will not be achieved in the very near future.
All right. Thank you so much, the Honorable Kanaginagi. Now, some other things that did happen.
I had not finished on the other point. As I said, minimum qualifications should be there. Because
for
the leaders, I was talking about those leaders of
who are using government.
Yeah. Because you will find in a scenario where popular people elect somebody of P4 level, he becomes a chairman of C3. The people is going to monitor and lead at the sub-county have got the bachelors and masters. So when it comes to budgeting and so on, you know, these technocrats know how to twist their jargon.
Yeah. To show you projections.
They confuse them, and the money is lost there. That is number one. So there should be minimum qualifications. Number two, there should be also minimum qualifications in terms of somebody's wealth. Yes, there is the leadership code. Me, I've always told the people, for example, in the church, don't elect somebody to be a treasurer of the church who has never counted his or her own million. Because he's going to count other people's million. Won't he be attempted to snatch some of the money? So somebody, as it is in America or other developed countries, should be somewhere in terms of weight, how much property, how wealth is he, so that he is not attempted to start on public funds.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Those two things, either one or both, have led to that scenario we talked about in the deal.
Yeah, all right. That is going to take me to some other thing that was really making rounds on social media, more especially when the IGG, that is the Inspector General of Government, came up to say that we should have a life audit, lifestyle audit for the civil servants.
Yes.
And then the president of Uganda comes out and says that writes to the IGG and directs the IGG to make sure that there is no lifestyle audit for the people in the UPDF or the UPDF soldiers. Where does it leave at the office of the IGG? Does it mean it is an office that is supposed to be twisted a little bit? It is not an independent office, or for the UPDF people are exceptional people in this country?
Well, in the local language here they say omukuru tashobya. That somebody, an elder or a leader, does not make an error.
Okay.
But sorry to say, with all due respect, here the president has not been enough. Because if the leadership code is put there for all public
to disclose,
then there should be the same goalpost for everybody. Because you find the generals.
Some of the reasons that were really coming up, anyways, I'm not sure if it was from the president, but some people were actually saying that you see the military office is really a sensitive one. So people getting to know how these people really are, it is out there at a risk.
And that's where we go wrong. Because you find somebody has joined the army maybe at the cadet level, 5 years down the road, he's owning where is equivalent to the whole of Masindi. Where has he or she got all that wealth?
Maybe they have been to Somalia very many times. And
yes, Somalia, don't we know how much they earn from there? You build the bungalow, what's billions? Where have you got the money? This classified expenditure also, I think, should be limited. Some of those things, if you have bought a helicopter for war, tell us how much.
How much it is.
Otherwise, we as the ordinary people, we are tempted to think that they have deals there, and they hike it to 100. Otherwise, what miracle?
Okay. Some other thing that is really quite that we need to look at keenly is how benefit from these UPDF soldiers going out there in Somalia, going to Congo. You see, at the end of the day, we never have accountability. Obviously, we went to this particular war, and this is how much the country has benefited.
Well, in
terms of income,
if what we are told is true, because as I've said in the line of my standing as LC5, you must have conducive environment in order to foster good development. If we have chaos in the region, we don't have where to export our produce here. We can't do good business. Then we are at a loss. So if it is true that we are going into these countries to secure peace there, so that we can do business, then that is quite okay. Because, for example, in Congo here, we are making even roads there, so that we can take our goods as far as Kisangani, good roads.
But you see, now we are looking at what we are doing in Congo at the expense of the Ugandans. I mean, these are government. These are resources for the country, for the citizens. It is their revenue, you know. It is their taxes that is actually going to do things in Congo and elsewhere. But do we have accountability of we have spent this much in Congo? This is this much that we are earning. Not just things to do with
that accountability. Unfortunately, has not come. But to me, as a person, If, as I've said, if what we are told is true,
because
monopoly is also very bad. If someone has got a single shop on a village or a rural growth center, he or she will mistreat customers there. But if there is diversification, there are many, then the clients will be able to have a good deal.
Yeah, and also
Kenya here, because it is the main import route for Uganda. At times it has done what squeezed us. But if we have other alternatives, if we can go to Somalia direct, if we can go to Southern Sudan direct, Congo, then Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda, like that, then our business will do what? But as you have said, we are waiting for that accountability. How much have we spent?
And how much have we benefited?
How much have we gained?
Over the years, all we've had is we are securing these places so that Uganda is secure as well. We could secure the border, but of course not securing the country. How do we go in business that we are not tripping? Anyways, you did mention about Kenya import route that is for Uganda. Yep. In particular. Let us take a small dive into the politics of Kenya. We've seen it is on record currently that people are protesting over high standards.
The riots.
Yes, the riots over high standards of living. What does that mean for Uganda?
Of course, it affects us because, as I've said, it is our main import route and even export route.
Okay.
Now, when they are rioting, for example, in the Nakuru, our goods will not pass. Or in Busi or Maraba, we are concerned. That's why we pray that sanity reigns in Kenya. Because if people went to the polls, people elected whoever they elected, let them give him the 5 years to lead them. If he fails after the 5 years, they remove him through the what? Through the ballot. And unfortunately for Kenya's scenario, their politics is hinged on tribes.
Yeah, because over the years,
the Chikuyu, the Kalenjin, then the Jaluo.
And then we have now again the other aspect of family, the Kenyatas.
Exactly, the dynasty, whatever. Kenyatta is coming from the Chikuyu. They have been the ones ruling because the founding father was the first president. Then the Kalenjin came in when Moi became the president, and now Ruto has become the president. Now the Jaluo, they feel they have been cheated a lot. Yeah. They also want to do what? To come in and lead.
And of course, after the complainant, who was Raila Odinga, actually gets to court and they get to resolve this amicably. At the end of the day, he is the one that is coming out to say, you know what, there is a problem here. We cannot have high standards of living. We cannot have unga, which is their staple food, and cheese. The other sauce, I keep on forgetting the name.
Sukuma wiki.
Yeah, Sukuma wiki, that one. And then at the end of the day, also the fuel prices are actually getting to affect them. You see, Uganda and how it handles such things, more especially when it gets to people coming up to riot against these things, to protest, it is different. We lost over 50 Ugandans. That was in just these elections, in the campaigns. They are protesting, people coming on the streets to protest here and there, not just about the campaigns, but we've seen severally the way Uganda actually handles such incidents that, like those that happen in Kenya, is different. How special is Uganda from Kenya? How special are their protests and ours? I mean, it is not the same case. People were able to go and riot, however much there was a little bit of tear gas here and there, but you know, that situation was really handled. But for Uganda, people will die.
Kevin, you live in Uganda. You must be aware that our president came through to the seat through the guard. He has that military background, but these others in the Kenya,
he thinks military.
for us here, where the persuasion is not forthcoming, then he borrows that military background to what? To quell.
A little.
using a stronger hand than those people in Kenya who are civilians. But let me also comment on this, as you have said. Well, some of those things the Kenyans are writing about, they cannot be squarely be solved by the government of Kenya. They bear that international whatever. For example, the oil. It has connotations of the fighting in Russia and the Ukraine, because those are some of the biggest suppliers. So that is affecting the price of oil. Even here in Uganda.
Exactly.
Before that war,
things were well.
The price of diesel was around 3,000, but now it has stuck above 5,000.
Yeah,
5, because of that
300, 5,100.
So that is externally influenced. And of course, as you know, oil is a prime mover of any economy. Those people involved in farming, they use diesel to plow and so on. The industries somewhere, although they are using electricity, but oil has got to come in. So at the end of the day, the prices must do what? Because of the production costs. Yes, some other things can be solved internally, but those from the external, those Kenyans should bear. Even if Raila Odinga had become the president, there is no way.
Yeah, because honestly, in 2 years, how do you expect someone?
It is not even 2 years. They elected in August last year.
Actually, 1 year, yes, 1 year.
Not even 1 year. They have not
8
gone
months.
Yes. But because of the other connotation of tribe or whatever, they feel he has not done enough. Ruto is not God to make miracles.
And he cannot solve questions of years ago in just 8 months. All right. Thank you so much. Our viewers that are watching us live on Elchem TV, thank you so much for keeping it live on Elchem TV. Today we are having a spotlight on Uganda's politics for 2023. Of course, the first quarter. Today being the 2nd of April, we felt it is a very, very good thing for us to be able to reflect on what have we gone through so far, and in the process, we can be able to give these recommendations. And today, we have Orutindo, that is the Honorable Kanaginagi Atenyi, who is aspiring to be the local chairperson 5.
Yep.
Is that how it is spelled?
Yes.
You see, sometimes we say LOC 5 chairperson, forgetting we have already put chairperson in LOC.
Yes.
Yeah, people say LOC 5 chairperson, yet it is local chairperson 5.
Yes.
All right, that is for 2026. Yeah, we're actually asking you because he is a platform. I think at that note, we'll ask you to make sure that we have him win this particular ballot.
They should pray for me.
And also pray for him, of course.
So that I remain healthy and wise enough to lead this district.
All right. Thank you so much. So now, the Honorable Kanaginagi, we've had by-elections in Uganda, and some of them that have been really happening. We've seen the election in Serere. We've seen the election in
Omoro there.
In Omoro. And something that is quite interesting about those elections is how the people that are actually getting into those seats are sons of the previous candidates. You know,
even here in Hoima, here the son of the late chairman 5 he wants to replace his father.
And now you can see. So it gives it, and also another thing that is quite surprising, all these things are coming from your party, that is the NRM. I mean, if you look at Serere, the Serere by-election, at the end of the day, we had someone in the NRM be in that seat, where the Honorable late Jacob Olanya, at the end of the day, you see what really took place. You see, now when it puts us in a position where it is a normal thing, that is how we are going to have the Museveni Muhoozi thing. I mean, father-son thing. Yeah, it is becoming the new normal. Is it? Okay. The very first question.
Yep.
Are we trying to make sure that we get used to such kind of a system?
Me, I don't believe in that kind of succession, because these are public offices.
Okay.
Which should be competed for by everybody who qualifies. And we should also learn from history. Some, and I think most of those who have repressed their relatives, they have not served more than one or two terms. They have performed very miserably. If you remember, as far as in the early 2000s or 1990s, there was an MP from Uganda there called Buzabo. So when he died, he was replaced by his son, 26 years. He performed so miserably. Then there is it Langot. There is a lady there in the Teso there who replaced either her father or she was the youngest, 19 years. She performed very miserably and they never came back for the second term. So really, I may not generalize, but me, I feel that these offices be competed for equitably. Not to say because Kanaginagi has died, his son should automatically do what? Replace him.
For LC5.
Yet people, they say kuchenchura. Among the electors, the candidates, who is more fit to replace the one who has died, not to automatically replace him or her with the child.
We have seen this system is not elsewhere. It is in your party. That is the National Resistance Movement, NRM. Are you people trying to prepare Ugandans for this kind of succession?
Because we have been around for some time.
So you're with experience.
Now, for others, where would they say in a loop which has been in existence for no less than a term or what?
But you just talked about competency, ability. The people that feel they should, they have the capacity. Those who qualify should stand for this.
Anyway,
but for your case, at the end of the day, it is supposed to be a son.
When we go for the national conference, if we asked for our views, me, I will advocate for the scrapping of this thing.
Before it goes very far.
Yes.
We are going to have
because we are going to have dynasties. And yet Uganda is a republic. Yeah. We are creating dynasties. This is a republic.
Okay. Yep. All right. Thank you so much, the Honorable Kanagiragi. Earlier this week, we have seen NRM is trying to battle to regain its glory in Kampala. And your party chairman, who is the president of Uganda, convened the people from around Kampala in a meeting for them to be able to see how are they going to be handling the issue of Kampala, since they have lost so very much in the elections, more especially in areas of the central, to opposition. Is this battle too soon? I mean, we are just in 2022 and the elections are in 2026. I mean, 4 years away from now. Is this
theoretically, opposition is not bad. It should exist to counter-check the excesses of the reigning government. But unfortunately here in Uganda, they mud-sling a lot. They tell a lot of lies. And even there is a lot of intrigue within themselves. That's me, I've always told them that unless they get united and they sacrifice some of their egos, they will never top Museveni. They will go on shouting, telling people lies, mud-slinging, but they will never top Museveni. So now we have to strategize, because there are a lot of lies that have been told in Kampala and the central region as a whole. So now, 4 years or 3.5 years away from the elections, we have now to start strategizing how to regain the what?
The glory, the lost glory. Have you had the glory anywhere?
Hey, why not?
In Kampala. That is something we need to understand, because opposition has proven to be, they call them big dogs in the city, that is in the city, and also, by the way, for the central. Yes, the Muhoozi tweets, it is now the new normal. You see, it started quite very slowly, while Muhoozi was seriously punishing Kenya, and then the father comes up to defend. Was it Kenya or was it Rwanda? One of the two?
One of the two.
Yes, and then the father, who is, of course, the president of the Republic of Uganda, comes in to defend, and he resolves issues to do with the Muhoozi tweets. But this is something that he continues to do consistently. I'm talking about the first son always coming out to talk about his political ambitions. First, he is a serving military officer, and as far as the constitution of Uganda directs, he cannot be able to stand or show political ambitions. Yeah, when he's still a serving a military officer. This constitution of Uganda, I mean, is it something that can be challenged by anyone, or are we having an rule of law?
Unfortunately, some of us, ordinary mortals, we may not understand exactly what is around that Muhoozi project. Because as you have rightly said, the Military Act does not allow a serving soldier to involve in what? In direct politics.
Actually, even showing the ambitions.
Because when the Tinyefuzas, Tumukundes did it, they were court-martialed.
Very fast.
But this one is doing it scot-free. So, as they say, to leave matters of the generals to the what?
The generals.
But there is also another class of thinking that this may be a project to divert
Ugandans,
the youth especially, who would be now running to the opposition. Now, because Muhoozi is also at that periphery of the youth, to align themselves to Muhoozi, instead of going where?
You see,
matters of the generals, I mean, the generals. We honestly, don't understand.
Okay, maybe we need to, one of these days, we need to put an age limit to youthfulness.
It should be around 35 years.
Yes, because people who are in 40s, 45s, 50s will still come out and say we are youth. I mean,
did you hear me saying that I'm still young enough at 60?
At 65, maybe for your case it is exceptional. All right, NRM members actually come out confused. I don't know if you're among the confused people, but the way you sound, you're saying, let us leave the matters of the generals.
We are not confused.
To the generals. I mean, maybe let me first deliver this one. You see, you got to ask the father of the first son that, hey, are you coming to stand for 2026? Are you letting your son stand? And then he comes out to say that it is too soon, to talk about such things. But then the NRM, of course, as a party, you put out to say that you have declared even for 2026, you need your president or your chair, your party chairman.
We are on the main.
Yes, actually even come up with campaigns, the current campaign or hashtag that Muzei Tovakumain. Now, again, the first son comes out to show these ambitions and seriously portrays it out there. Currently, he has put up a committee. A committee, the Andrew Mwendas, who are doing what? There are a lot of people, actually, even from the NRM itself, who have been given certain positions in the new government of Muhoozi, because he says he's coming with his own government, which actually means he is not on the side of the NRM. Is this confusion, or we should just look at it the way it is?
Well, to some extent, it is confusion.
And is NRM confused?
We are not confused.
Are the members confused?
Some. But as I said, for us, we shall remain focused. We are still on the main. Because there exists the party constitution. There is also the national constitution. Now the Army Act, which I've talked about, they spell out to exactly how somebody should come up politically. For example, in NRM, we have to start from the grassroots. Those conferences, the sub-county conferences, the district conferences, the national conference, identifying the flag bearer, which have all not been passed through or get involved. So for us, we are just watching the situation. We shall remain on the main until those what are passed through. Until the party tells us we are identifying such and such, is the one going to be the what? Our flag bearer.
But you people actually already identified. You need more identification?
Well, as far as we are concerned, because of the performance of His Excellency. We
let
still
me
think
let
he's
me
still
ask.
strong enough to
Yes.
lead this country.
Let me ask a quick one. Is the president conniving with the son to bring about this confusion that you people have in the party? Because at the end of the day, if he cannot come out to speak about it, then what is it? I mean, is it a project, just like you put it? Is it a plan?
The president is a very, very wise person, clever, if I may say. Because have you, for example, had him comment about this Mohozi project?
No.
Why is he quiet? That's why I'm saying, for us small motors down here, we may not understand. But as I've said, some people are saying this is a project to keep the youth clang on who? On Mohozi, not to go to the what? To the opposition. Me, as far as I know and I feel, Mohozi may be coming in 2031.
Okay.
But now he's being prepared so that he can get some following. So that when it comes that time, then he will be already sold out to the public.
Okay, that actually means the president is actually preparing the son to take over the seat, probably when that right time comes.
I may not say it for certainty, but rumors are like that.
Yes, because actually, I've heard also the same concept from other people who actually say, you know what, Mohozi might not stand in 2026, but of course, they are preparing him to take over, because being in such a position where you're supposed to be quick at decision making as a president, you're supposed to do this and the other. It is not just sitting and then things are being done on your behalf. It is really a lot to do in that particular seat. Maybe he needs to watch the space and mentor.
Sure.
And mentor. But anyway, maybe we shall get to understand on the ballot if there are two of them.
For example, it was done in Kenya. This President Uhuru Kenyatta was prepared, but he first became the member of parliament. You know, the army is not exactly like the parliament.
Honestly, I'm a youth, but I'll be worried about Mohozi's government. It is very tough. I've always seen his tweets, and I get worried sometimes.
He has to start.
Very tough government.
That's why some of us are saying that we shall remain on the maid, worried about his erratic nature. Because if he says, I'm going to capture Nairobi in 2 weeks, have you really thought about our foreign policy? Yes, he helped us in Rwanda to open the border.
I don't want us to talk about Rwanda because that was that looked like a plan. Because how so was that? That to open up the borders and then the exports and etc. Honestly, I don't believe in that.
But let us watch the space as the time rolls on. We shall get exactly what this MK project is all about. By 2024, things will have taken shape, and we shall know. Yeah.
Okay. Now this one is away a little bit from politics.
Yeah.
But we have realized that the government or politics is actually entering the entertainment industry. Do you want to capture all wings of let me call it maybe all revenue of the country? Because at the end of the day, you people were not noticing that artists or the entertainment industry could actually get you income as a country, or it could get you revenue. Let's call it revenue. Today we have seen the government is coming up to give to make sure that all artists have TIN numbers. They have to pay this withholding tax. They have to pay this. Well, a lot of taxes actually being put on the entertainment industry. Honestly, does it mean the government doesn't have any other sources of revenue?
Well, the Uganda Revenue Authority is mandated to look for any taxable venture. So if we see many people now are going to entertainment and they are doing it tax free, why don't we get that revenue? Yeah? Because we have to provide security for them, whatever. Let's tax them.
But honestly, why those people need the security? They can hire the security. Actually, they pay.
But as I've said, URA has the mandate to look for all
the
taxable ventures. So if this one has also come up as a business, as there's government workers pay as you earn because they are employed, then these people also should pay.
All right, thank you so much. And now the Mabati issue. It is something that is not ceasing fire. You know, a lot of people that were saying, you know, I found these iron sheets in my compound, I found this ABCD. Now they are before all these committees, and some of them actually shying away from all these things. And now we are getting to hear the people that are making others accountable. They are the ones that are now who are being made accountable because they are also involved in this whole saga. Karamoja being a district that has really faced a lot of challenges, a lot of issues. Now the cattle rustling, the insecurities. Now that they are supposed to get this Mabati, these MPs that get millions of money actually going into the Mabati issue. Where does it leave us as a country, honestly?
Unfortunately, for the last month or so, I've been very, very busy in my farm, plowing, now lately planting. I've not had time to watch the TV, even read these on the platforms to really get informed.
Bigger picture.
But I may say there is some politics within the MPs because we have some regions that have got affirmative whatever. Karamoja is one of them. They have got ministers. Bunyoro has got a minister in charge of Bunyoro.
Okay.
Teso, northern Uganda, like that. Now, what the little I heard is that, especially for the MPs in Bunyoro, that they were invited to get those iron sheets. Kasaija said he found them in his courtyard, and he went and distributed them to the public. Now these MPs are claiming that they thought they had got a share from Bunyoro Ministry of Affairs. They didn't know. So there is some politics there. Some of us may not understand. And as I've said, I have not read extensively on the platforms and even been on the screen. I may not have much to comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. I would like to read out a few comments from our viewers that are watching us live on Elcam TV. Mwesigwa Patrick is saying, I'm following, and that's thanks for inviting that old man once again.
Yes.
That is Mwesigwa Patrick. I think you need to understand. We need to understand where you are watching from.
Yep.
And someone is saying, thanks, Elcam, for your educative programs. Kajura Joffrey is saying, thanks. Saying, Elcam, thanks for hosting the Masindi LOC5 to be. That's 2026. 100%.
Chairman.
Yeah. I'm following the program here in Masindi Town. Those are the people that are able to send in these comments. Thank you so much for keeping it live on Elcam television. This is the platform, of course, where expression is guaranteed.
I also thank them for sacrificing their time to listen to us.
Watch.
Yes, and watch.
All right. And now, Honorable Kanaginagi, as we get to close this particular episode.
Yeah.
The first drop of oil is expected to be in 2025.
2025, 2026.
Yes, but for them, they actually put it 2025. And then Hoima International Airport is under construction.
Yep.
Kabale is under construction. It resumed about weeks ago, and they have had over recruits over 200 workers. And you see, the person that the contractor did mention that, you know what, we were able to withdraw this project because we did not have the funds. And then at the end of the day, we have a target of having this oil by 2025. Is government really ready to have this oil by 2025? Yet, even the airport is not yet ready. That they claim they have to be exporting machinery.
Kevin and the viewers, it will depend. When these people were coming to to start on this oil project in the 90s. 90s or early 2000. They came and introduced themselves at the district. By that time, I was acting chairman. I'm the one who gave them a letter to introduce them down there. But it has been so many years, almost 20. So even this first drop coming out to 2025, it will depend because there are many other factors. Apart from the airport, is the pipeline ready? You know, it has had a lot of opposition from these European countries because of their selfish interests. Is it ready? Is the refinery ready? So it will all depend. But we keep hopeful that 2025, that's why I said either 2025 or 2026, depending
we are
on those other factors.
2025 is just 2 years
from now. Away.
That is next year. And
which I see as is being almost impossible because this pipeline, I don't think they have gone even 100 kilometers in laying that pipeline. And it is so many kilometers. Is it 2,000 something? Yeah. Some people are still claiming that they were not compensated where it is passing through. Then these environmentalists, they are making a lot of kerere.
Why does the country have issues with compensation? I mean, the resources are there. It is not like the government is broke or it doesn't have the monies. But then at the end of the day, compensation really fails.
Kelvin and the viewers, I've said in the past whatever programs that unless we handle corruption squarely, many things are going to stall. I will give myself as an example. They started constructing this para road, Kisanja para road, around 2007, 2008. Fortunately or unfortunately, it passed through my land, and it was titled just a small part. They came and did the valuation. I was supposed to get 70 million. Then now they gave a condition that I have to give them my original land title. I had refused. Said, let me give you a photocopy. They said, no, we need an original because we have to parcel off our part which has been taken off by the road. Then we print a new land title and we give it to you. I'm telling you, 5 years down the road, those people have refused to give me back my what? My land title. Instead of the 7 million which I was supposed to get, they gave me 5 million. I said, this is my ski. Let them eat the 2 million. But what pains me is holding my land title. I was supposed to buy 3 tractors at a go. I asked for a loan of about 400 million. The bank evaluated and said, you don't have enough collateral. So
and you're actually thinking if you had this land title.
I ended up buying on what? One tractor. So what I've done, I've taken them to court. I'm a small person down this way. Now, even those people who are saying that they have not been compensated, yes, it may be true. Government may have released the money, but some people involved therein
must have.
Those are the skyscrapers you are seeing in Kampala being put up. Kabale Road, it was the first one to be constructed about these oil roads. People are still crying. Some of them have never been compensated, and they will never be because the project ended.
Yeah, that's right.
So corruption.
It's really an issue. It is really an issue of corruption. Now that takes me and reminds me of the land that is in the government is interested in a certain land that is in Kampala to put street vendors. That is around Chisenyi. Yes, and the evaluator says the land is 380 billion and there are only 10 hectares.
There must be a very big cut on that land.
380 billion for 10 hectares. Maybe because it is Kampala. Is it true that we can
even if it is Kampala?
How much is an hectare in Kampala?
First of all,
at most,
you are the people who go there. But first now you can compare with a plot. How much does the plot go for in that area? Then let's get to know how many plots are in that land. Then we compare. But that is outrageous.
Government actually evaluated, the people that, actually government, because it is the one that is interested in this land. It says they evaluated it and it is 380 billion. Then COSASE and also the mayor, the Lord Mayor for Kampala, they come up to say that, you know what, we need to save this taxpayers' money. We cannot be able to see land that is 380 billion, 10 hectares. You see, that actually means that 380 millions are buying 1 hectare. 380 million. And that is where it is taking us to, can government look at other areas where it can be able to purchase land? Does it have to be that one? And also, while these procedures are really being conducted, is there any kind of follow-up, any kind of transparency while these things are really being done?
Ask yourself, has it passed through the PPDA? Because any public whatever should pass through the PPDA. Has it passed there? And if it has not, why?
Okay, there
is a commission there for some people.
Kickback.
Yeah.
All right, our viewers that have been watching us live on Elcam TV, this has been the platform where expression is guaranteed. Now, this show is proudly sponsored by Victory Bija Hotel. We are saying you can reach out to them for accommodation, conference facilities, bar and restaurant services, the sauna, the grounds for the events for those that have events. That is to say, introduction ceremonies, the wedding, you want a reception for your wedding, you're looking up to having an event, a musical concert or a show, you can be able to come to Victory Bija Hotel. We are located along Intuha Road, that is in Masindi town, Masindi municipality. You can always come to Bija Hotel to access quite a comprehensive number of hotel services. And now we've been having a spotlight on the politics of Uganda that is since this particular year started. Of course, a lot of things have not really been put here because of time here and there. But also, maybe just to remind our viewers, we had the anti-homosexuality bill and we are just waiting for the president to be able to amend a signature for us to
in fact, he should do it very fast. And then we see these European countries that are threatening us that they are going to withdraw aid.
Ugandans
let him do it very fast.
Ugandans have a question of why is it taking a lot of time?
Because they're intimidating
is the president busy?
They're intimidating him.
Busy with work. You know, the country is quite huge.
Now he's watching the international whatever. But for us as Ugandans, we are saying Museveni signed that act, and we see the Banyankole say if they want to hang themselves, they're going to hang themselves. Because really, even the aid they are talking about that they are giving us, they are just repatriating what they stole from our fathers and grandfathers.
Back. They should count it a payback.
They took our raw materials here at affordable prices. They buy here, for example, something at 1,000, but when they bring it back after adding small value, they sell it at over 10,000, 10 times. So they are just repatriating what they stole from us. Let him sign, and we see if we die. When Zimbabwe expelled them, has Zimbabwe ceased to exist?
No.
Watch, I'm know you.
All right, that has been the Honorable Kanaginagi. I think we should have your last remark, because I was about to bring up another heated discussion of the things that have been happening in the country.
I thank the viewers for allotting their time to watch us and listen to our views. And as you viewers have been told, I'm now an aspirant for 2026. I just request you to pray for me to remain healthy, because in recent times I have been having diabetes disturbing me a lot. But because now I'm very busy in my farms, I'm doing a lot of exercises.
And, you know,
the diabetes has almost disappeared. So let them pray for me. I remain healthy. My wisdom is still there. Come that time.
Aren't you worrying our voters?
Worrying them how?
Warning them, when you tell them, that you pray for me for my health.
If people like Moses Sari, even the Kadagas are there leading, who have serious ailments. How about me who had the diabetes measuring at 114? People can go even up to 30 whatever. I don't know in what units they measure the diabetes. It is the only thing that has been disturbing. But I'm telling you, because of the exercises I'm doing, I can now jump up and have a good night.
All right. Thank you so much, the Honorable Kanaginagi. Thank you so much for always coming through on the platform where expression is guaranteed. And our viewers that are watching us live on LKM TV, thank you so much for keeping it live on LKM TV. Again, we would want to encourage you to always follow and watch our programs. It is going to be a brand new week with a lot of things that are going to be happening in entertainment, in sport, in spiritual life. A lot of things are going to be coming up on LKM television. Of course, for Wednesday, we shall have the chat spot where we unlock social realities. That is with Shayla and Baneke Alpha. And then exactly at that is at 12 p.m. midday, the chat spot. And then later we shall have the business spot. Sorry, the chat spot happens at 4 p.m. Then business spot, of course, with me again, where we always discuss business. And for those that expect business results, you can always catch us at exactly 12 p.m. on the business spot. And then Thursday, we shall have music evolution. Music evolution. That is with MC Gad and all these artists from around Bunyoro. Of course, we focus on inspiring Bunyoro's music. We shall have also Islamic Connect, our brothers and sisters from the Islamic fraternity. They will be here, of course, with the Ramadan series. For those that are fasting, you can always catch the Ramadan series to see how can you keep your spiritual life at point or to point for you to be able to go through this Ramadan very well. Then later we shall have Andama Moses, the sports messiah with Elkem Sport. Of course, we focus on transforming Bunyoro sport. Late on Friday, catch our midday show. That is Elkem Unmuted with Remy. Yes, Remy. She'll be talking about all this celebrity gossip, all this entertainment news and updates. Then later, we shall be able to have that is Gafire Mowiki, that is at exactly 5 p.m. Of course, with me, then MC Gad and Andama Moses with the analysis. There is a show. My producer could remind me about the show between 5 p.m. and 4 p.m. and 12 p.m. All right. All right. Actually, Elcom Sport is on Friday, not Thursday. All right. Thank you so much, our viewers. Then on Saturday, you can follow the church program that is in SDA, that is Worship with Us Online. And then on Sunday at St. Jude Catholic Church, that is at exactly 6 a.m. That is online mass. Then later for the born agains, you can always catch us at exactly midday. That is at Kisita. That is Gospel Center Church, yes, in Kisita. Then later, let your kingdom come at exactly 3 to 3:30. Then the platform where expression is guaranteed at exactly 4 p.m. with us, me, and our platformer, Honorable Kanaginagi Atenye, and all these other guests that we shall have. But for now, I want to declare a very, very good evening to you all.